Ladies and gentlemen, if you are here today, then you are in the right spot. Welcome to the Pen Zone. I am your host, Pen. We are back at it yet again here with some more news coming from you out of Chicago. We want to just break down just three little topics that I saw that it was just an interesting conversation when it comes to the next step of the Chicago Bears. Now, really lately, the only Chicago Bear news I've been given is that stadium information, which is great fun and dandy and cool and all that stuff. But we all know that you guys want more details on the actual football side of things. And that's what we're going to break down today. I have a couple videos, a couple interviews that went down. If you guys don't know, today is the start of the NFL Combine, and Ryan Poles, the GM of the Chicago Bears, and Ben Johnson, the head coach of the Chicago Bears, were interviewed on a bunch of different platforms. I only have three clips for you guys today. It's not going to be a long live today, just a short, simple, straight to the point. We're going to get to Ryan Poles first. He was talking about, or he was asked a question at the end of his interview about Jaquan Brisker. Will he return as a Chicago Bear? He looks like he's played enough to get a big contract. And this was Ryan Poles' answer to that question, which was not really surprising. It just brings confirmation of the future for Brisker as a Chicago Bear. So let's bring it up on the screen and let's take a tiblet, niblet, ziblet, and hit this junk real quick for me, for you, for us. Let's bring it up. Let's hit it. All right, so pretty clear to say the least right there when it comes to Ryan Poles. Huh? On the video I just did? Oh man, I'm sorry, guys. There's no sound on the video I just did. It said, stand by for 1 second. Hmm. No sound on the video. What's good, Jason? Sorry for the technical difficulties. I wonder why there's no sound. Hmm. Gosh flabbit. Ah, man, I can't really search right now while we're live or anything like that. All right. So let me just break down what Ryan Post said and let's switch things up a little bit. That might derail this whole thing. Why is there no sound coming off, man? Stand by for one. Give me 1 second, guys. Thank you for your patience. Let me see what I can do right here to figure that out. Let me know if you hear sound now. Give me a second here. Let me know if you can hear any sound. Yeah. I'm gonna do this. Can y'all hear the sound a little bit more right now? No sound still, huh? Hmm. All right. Okay. Well, we're just gonna have to remix this then. I appreciate that, Jason. All right, so pretty much let me see if I can break it down fully. All right, we're going to have to make a quick left turn. You feel me? And this is the beauty of live, I guess. But here, let's break it down. Let's break it down, IG. So Ryan Poles pretty much said he has to make some tough decisions. Brisker was a leader of this team, and he helped build what Chicago is. Here, I'm gonna just put it up here just like that. He helped build the organization where it's at today. He came from the gutter when the team sucked to this past season where they actually shined. And personally, it was tough for Ryan Poles because he wants Brisker to be a Bear, but Brisker played himself into a solid contract that unfortunately the Bears are not going to be able to afford. So even though he wanted to re-sign Brisker, he's not going to be able to. He had to put personal aside, and he has to do what's best for business for the Chicago Bears. And he also stated that's why he signed up as being the GM of the Chicago Bears, because you got to figure out the cap issues. You got to figure out a lot of the details when it comes to the salary cap. They are very limited. The Bears were a top 10 defense when it came to salary cap. They spend a lot of money. Brisker's going to be gone. Edmonds is most likely going to be gone. They're going to restructure some contracts. Maybe the defensive end, Aruze, or I forgot his name, bro. He tore his Achilles last year. They're going to have to restructure, possibly restructure or trade DJ Moore. And in another interview, I'm just going to show y'all, like, I guess I can't show y'all the video since you can't really hear it. Unfortunately, I'm gonna have to get that fixed and situated. Jason said, damn, not the news I was looking for. We got to make some cuts and free up some money to bring that boy back. Yeah, unfortunately, that's gonna be out of the question, man, because you're not gonna pay him $15 million a year, bro, when he had one interception last year. He was a force. He was dominant. He's a great player. He was my favorite player on the defense side of the ball when healthy. I love Brisker, and he earned the contract that he's going to get this offseason. But because of the salary cap of the Chicago Bears, I believe they're at $3 million right now. They're not going to be able to pay him. They're going to restructure DJ Moore or possibly trade DJ Moore, which is what he spoke about in this video right above me. I wish you guys could hear it like I heard it. It's unfortunate. We'll get it fixed for the next time for sure. Instead of putting it directly on YouTube, I'm thinking I'm gonna record it next time, like I did for some of the boxing videos when I had Nino on, and do it that way rather than this way, man, because this way it's unfortunate. Oh. Hey, so yeah, sucks. I agree. Just sucks to see a player like that leave. Yeah. So it's like, think of it this: would you play Brisker 15, or would you re-sign Byron for 1 year around $7 to $8 million? You know what I'm saying? Like, I think we both know the answer to that question. We hate to see him go. We wish him nothing but success in wherever he finds, and he's going to be a great leader for whatever team he goes on. And then in this above me, sorry, I'm a little loopy right now with everything that's going on. It's not I'm gonna try one more time. All right, Jason, be my ears for me, bro. Be my ears for me if possible. All right, I'm gonna do it this way, brother. All right. Okay, hold on. I might have figured it out on the fly. All right, hold on. Stand by. Your boy might have figured it out on the fly. Let me know if you guys can hear this.
Position, you got to It may not be as complex as ours because the guys are coming in for a year and then they're out. So there's a lot there in terms of the impact that it has in the NFL.
Ryan's talking about how tough some of the decisions are going to be this offseason.
Yeah.
Yes. All right, this is the question for Briskers. Right here.
Definitely raised his price point.
Yep.
This offseason.
Yeah.
How want to pay your draft picks?
Yeah.
But you also got the realistic roster construction. How tough is that decision?
It's really tough, and I know I've talked about those tough decisions in the past. I think what changes is when you win, bonds and relationships get deeper, and knowing that right now we sit over the cap, like we got to make some decisions. If that's cuts, if that's trades, there's real relationships of people that gave it up for the Chicago Bears to advance our organization, and they may not be able to stay, and that sucks, to be honest with you, but it's what makes this league beautiful. It's why we're all here. It constantly gets shuffled up and moved around, and it's the challenge of putting together the best puzzle you can with different pieces. So really difficult, but that's what we signed up for. You got to make those tough decisions, and they are business decisions. You kind of try to take your emotions out of it and do what's best for the organization.
Thanks, guys.
Okay, now that we find, bro, hey, Jason, I'm not gonna lie. You know how hard it is to try to have a conversation, talk about something whilst trying to figure it out at the same time? My gosh, that's why no one can do it like me. I ain't gonna hold you. That's why I'm a little bit different on these social media streets, my boy. I do apologize for the first 10 minutes of the live. We had a couple technical difficulties. We got it figured out. We got it working right now. Uzziah, my guy, welcome to the stream, man. Hope all is well. Thank y'all for the 8 that's in there. He said, you're a pro's pro, my boy. So those were his words, not mine. I paraphrased it. You heard it finally, officially, what he said earlier today. But yeah, it's unfortunate, man. He doesn't seem like the guy that wants to let him go. But with the season that he had, Brisker, I'm talking about, it's going to be time to move on. We're going to re-sign Byron for a good between $7 to $8 million, maybe 9 at most. We're going to have to trade some pieces, and the big topic that everyone's talking about is DJ Moore. Ryan Poles had an interview on Waddle and Sylvie, my favorite sports radio in Chicago. Point blank period. If you're from Chicago, you heard of Waddle and Sylvie. So I'm going to break down this conversation, this question that was asked to Ryan Poles about DJ Moore and if he's going to stay or if he's going to go. Resign Byron, Slim Bo Boogie. He stated real quick, resign Byron, Wright, and CJ Garner. Oh, that's a lot of money that you ain't got to sign these fellas. I'm not gonna lie. Wright is going to be receiving a good $16 to $7 million contract, is what he's looking for. Realistically, he's probably going to get between 12 and 14. Probably a little bit less than Brisker. He's looking for more than Brisker because of all the interceptions this year. And unfortunately, the Bears just can't afford it. The Bears need a left tackle, since Traprillo is out and he's pretty much done next season as well too. And now we don't know if he's going to come back stronger or if he's going to be weaker. He has a tough PCL injury. That's one of the hardest injuries to come back from if you're an offensive lineman. And you still got to re-sign some players as well too. So there has to be sacrifices. I think Stevenson is going to be just fine when it comes to that second corner position with Johnson. Wright had a great year. He deserves the paycheck he's going to get. We have bigger needs. We have solid on corners, and then we have a corner that we drafted last year that everyone forgot about. He's going to be coming back this next upcoming season officially. So we have some playroom and everything like that as well too to see what's going on. And then Slim also said trade DJ and pick 89 to Ravens for pick 45. Use pick 45 to draft linebacker CJ Allen. Hey, dog, go dogs, go dogs. Ho, sick 'em. Hey, I'm gonna tell you right now, I'm a Georgia Bulldog fan. I like CJ Allen. I think he's super underrated. That's an idea. But if you're gonna trade DJ Moore, you're gonna try to trade him off to the Raiders to get Crosby. So if we do trade Moore and a pick, best believe we're probably not going to have that 45 pick, man. And who's at 45? If you can let me know who's at 45. But this, speaking of DJ Moore, this is what happened when Sylvie asked Ryan Poles about if DJ Moore is going to be on this team and what's the future kind of looking like with him on here. So let's take a gander, take a look, and take a listen for yourself for the answer by our GM.
But let's talk about your roster right now. Yep. And the most polarizing topic, at least in our area, where fans want to know, it's the DJ Moore equation.
Mm-hmm.
Will DJ Moore be on the roster in 2026?
Yeah, it's hard to tell right now. We're trying to put all these pieces together. Obviously, we have some cap constraints. We're over right now. We got to get under. There's some different things that we can do. There's combinations of things that we can do. We have to listen to the league and things that come out of this week in terms of, is anyone interested in any other player that puts us in a position to, reconfigure a little bit. So it's difficult to say right now. I will say this is when we get into those really difficult decisions where you got to take the emotions out of it and kind of put your business hat on. And it stinks. I think I talked about this earlier. When you win and guys step up like DJ and create these really unbelievable moments that you'll never forget, and then the next thing you know, like asking if they're going to be on the team or not, and asking yourself if they're going to be on the team or not is really tough. So we got to work through that. It's going to be a really difficult offseason in terms of just emotionally with what these guys mean to us. We want to make it all work. I want them all to stay on the team, but it's set up not to allow you to do that. But again, we want to put the best roster we can together, not only short term but long term. So we have to weigh all of those options and go through them, and we'll learn more through this week and next week.
It's not
okay. Y'all heard it there. So DJ Moore, like, it's not off the table at the end of the day right now. It's definitely not off the table. I said DJ Moore is trash drop. Imagine. Yeah, that's kind of wild. I ain't gonna lie to you. All right. Slim also said Bears trade Edmonds and pick 25 to Cowboys for pick 12. Draft Sonny Styles from Ohio State with the 12th. Would be crazy to get both Styles and CJ. Like, oh, hey, I'm not gonna lie. That's wishful thinking. Hey, that's wishful thinking, but I'm for it. Yeah, I ain't even gonna lie to you. I am 100% for it. If the Bears can make that deal, absolutely 100% make it happen. Get rid of Edwards and start young. The only challenging part is that having so many young players on the defensive side of the ball, especially at those positions that those are your leaders, you know what I'm saying? It's going to be an up and down defensive year. I think they're looking more to Super Bowl contenders next year. So I think they're going to try to find some veteran presence on that defensive line. They're going to have to draft at least one linebacker. I think they're going to keep Edwards. Hopefully he's ready by the start of the season. My man PVG is in the building. PTT, Prince the Trucker. Prince, how you doing? Hope all is well with you. Your boy is back, man. We had some news today, so I had to dig up on some information like I do and try to figure it out, what is going on and what is the honest truth going on with the Bears and what are their GMs and all that saying. So now we're talking about DJ Moore. He might get traded. The thing that everyone's talking about, and the thing I hope that happens, is we trade DJ Moore and a first-round pick, and we get Crosby from the Raiders and a fourth-round pick or a fifth-round pick, either one. I think that will solidify a big need on that defensive side of the ball, and having Crosby and Sweat on the edges, now we could draft a little bit more on the interior of that line. We can draft another safety. You could get a good safety in the third, fourth round in the draft. And that's just going to leave linebackers. I think the Bears have a decent opportunity when it comes to that interior. I think the interior was so bad because of injury as well too. Billings is going to be gone for sure. So we're not going to need Billings anymore. We're definitely going to need Turner to get healthy. I think having Jarrett, he's going to be nice, but he's on the he's getting away further and further from his prime as we speak. You know what I'm saying? So I think we still need an interior defensive lineman. We're going to need another end. We need someone that can get double teamed so Sweat could go off and have himself a year. Um, Slim said, my bad. Slim said DJ and Jalen to Raiders for Crosby. Oh, snap. It doesn't make sense for the Raiders, honestly. I'm not going to lie to you. I don't think that would make full sense for the Raiders. The Raiders are rebuilding, new coach, new scheme, new offensive system, new defensive scheme. I think they're going to be wanting to build through the draft. And if they are going to trade their best player on the team, they're going to want draft capital. You could give them a Jalen Johnson. You could give them a DJ Moore. That will definitely open up cap space as well, too. But I wouldn't get rid of both of them. I think Jalen Johnson, he needs to play here one more year. Unless there's a trade where it makes sense. You know, if we're trading Jalen Johnson and DJ Moore, I'm gonna need some draft picks for Jalen Johnson. I ain't gonna hold you. I'm gonna need some draft picks. He played pretty much injured all year. Same with Kyle Gordon. There's a lot of opportunity there. You know what I'm saying? There's a lot of opportunity there. So I don't know about trading both of them. Unless we get some draft capital, and I don't think it fully makes sense for the Raiders to get those two players without draft capital when they know they're starting to rebuild. They're gonna get Mendoza, they're gonna draft him at 1 overall, they're gonna try to develop him, and they know it's gonna take some time. You try to trade for Jalen right now, you're trying to win this year, and I don't think the Raiders are fully there yet. So we'll see what happens. I got one more thing for you guys, and then I got to dip on out of here. And that is an interview with Coach Johnson, again, on the Waddle and Sylvie. He talked about what he and the Bears will be looking for when it comes to who they're going to draft, how they're going to draft, what position that they're going to draft, and figure it out from there at the end of the day. Real quick, let me get back to Jet. Slim said, first-time listener, long-time Bears fan, gave you a like and subscribe. Slim, thank you so much. I appreciate you, bro. We're just getting started with this podcast, so we're new to it as well, too, and we're learning on the fly. Make sure you turn on notifications so you do not miss a thing here, my boy, because we're going to bring you all the Bears news. We bring boxing. We talk Cubs. We dab in pretty much almost every aspect in life. Sometimes we talk movies. You know what I'm saying? So we have a big variety in this podcast, but we definitely talk Bears. Anything Bears happens, you'll see on my channel. I'm talking about the stadium stuff. So I do appreciate you being here, my boy. And I hope you do enjoy it as time progresses. This ain't a one-time thing. Slim, welcome to the Pin Zone fam. Appreciate that, Prince. And then Slim 100, salutes to you, Uzziah. Thank you guys so much for tuning in. Now let's listen to Ben Johnson. Let's see who he's going to be looking for the Bears to draft here in this upcoming draft.
And I think I've only been around a top half of the league defense one time.
Do we have any calls?
I'm talking about from a yardage standpoint. So in 14 years, top half of the league, I'm talking about ranked 15 or higher in yards per game. I've only been a part of that as an offensive coach one time. And so does that influence me and make me a more aggressive coach? Maybe it does. Maybe it does. I don't know. But yet that is in my DNA. And I feel strongly about our pieces on offense that it's a strategy that if implemented and we convert on these things, it could give us a humongous advantage too. So a lot of things go into play. Does that mean that's who we'll be next year? No. But we'll certainly look at it.
What were the challenges that you faced?
All right, we'll stop it right there. All right, we'll stop it right there. Very interesting take, but as expected, one thing I was really nervous about when Poles was doing his interview, he said, we're going to go with the best player available. All right. And then he gave the example. We drafted Colson Loveland and while we had Komet. We thought Colson Loveland was the best player available at the time. Even though we have a solid tight end, we picked a tight end. So you may see something similar in this upcoming draft. That made me kind of nervous. I ain't gonna lie to you. I was like, bro, we bet like We don't need any receivers. I think with unless we trade DJ Moore, I'm only going to be talking about the current roster. DJ Moore, Luther Burden, Roma Dunze. I think those three receivers are locked and set and ready to go. We can always draft a receiver in the 5th, 6th round, that a speedster, someone who got a lot of speed. We can go that route. We could go in free agency. I don't know if you guys want to sign Zacchaeus again. I do not. To keep it funky with you, he drops too many passes for me. But you can draft that way. You know what I mean? You can go whatever route you want to go to, but we need people in the trenches. We need dogs on that offensive line. You need to look at Georgia. You need to look at Miami. These are the schools that have the top-notch defensive players in the class, and I think we could get that Miami defensive end at I think we're at the 25th pick right now. We can get someone nice on that line with it. Slim said need trenches. Yep, absolutely, 100%. The trenches are must needed. Need young talent development in that O-line room and D-line room. I do like the O-line. I ain't gonna front with you, man. I think our O-line is pretty much set outside of left tackle again. It was Trapillo's, as I said earlier, but now that he's injured, we do got to figure it out. Just found out the 49ers may release Trent Williams. So if you're looking for somebody who's elite at that left tackle that you can sign a 1 to 2 year deal, that might be something you might want to look at. The only problem is, will he be willing to take a pay cut to come to Chicago? That's going to be the issue. He had a lot of injuries during the year where he was constantly out. He couldn't get any luck into playing. And when he did play, he played well, but he just didn't play for a long time, though. And that's unfortunate. And if you could look at someone like Trent Williams, even somebody who a veteran at OT, you know what I'm saying? If you could get a veteran at left tackle, give him the minimum 10 million. You got to figure out your cap space at the end of the day, man. We really do. Need to find some junkyard dogs in the draft. Sick them 100%. We really do. O-line room is top 10 in the league, maybe top 5, but need young talent development and can plug and play. We have a couple of those guys already. We have, I know they signed Kramer last year. I don't know if they'll do it again. We do have a couple players that they already re-signed. We'll see what happens. It's not enough, obviously. And if you're going to win Super Bowls, you start at the line. You start on the offensive defensive line. We really need to tune in on that left tackle position. All right. We really got to lock in on that position now that Trapillo's out. It is, I think it's the second biggest need outside of left end for the Chicago Bears team. We're going to have to get rid of Edmonds. That's going to save us about $14 million right there, $15 million. We have a lot to do for the Bears. They got a lot to take care of for this offense and defense. They need to figure it out. But in Ryan Poles, we trust. Is he perfect? I don't think any GM is perfect in any sport. You got to have at least some significant hits more than misses. We already know his misses. We know about Velvis Jones. We know about a few of the misses that he had in the draft. He did a little egotistical draft pick in the 4th round, getting a punter, Taylor. There's things you could have gotten. You could have got a running back there. You don't know what can happen. He had misses, but he's had hits, and not only just hits, he has made some of the best trades in NFL history. All right. Bryce Young, for pretty much the team we got, DJ Moore, Caleb Williams, Luther Burden, Darnell Wright, Tyreek Stevenson. We got 5 players that are pretty much starters. Stevenson's iffy. For Bryce Young, who plays for the Carolina Panthers. Poles fleeced the Panthers there. That gives me hope that he can do it too. We got Joe Thuney last year. That is hope that we can see moving forward. Now, his draft skills, I say this past draft was great. You got Luther Burden, you got you got Loveland as well too, Colson Loveland. So with Ben Johnson, he got the players that he wants, changed the offense, and look at the offense. We have a top 10 offense in the NFL, and we're only going to get better with another year down the slate. You know what I mean? We got another year for Caleb Williams to continue to progress and move forward. Another thing I want to talk about before I forget, our backup quarterback. He is in trade talks for multiple teams. And Ryan Poles says, I'm not going to lie, we love him in our locker room. Ben Johnson has developed him into quite a quarterback, and his character and his presence fills the locker room on a daily basis. But this is the National Football League, and we will be listening. If you're going to trade Tyson Bagent, I'm looking for a second rounder, maybe a second and a third, or a second and a fourth. If they offer that, oh yeah, we're taking it. But if they just offer a fourth round, we're keeping him, because you got to consider the development that he has already. He's going to get an opportunity, and I think he's going to be nice wherever he goes. And just look out for the Cardinals. The Cardinals seem to be the team who's most interested in getting Tyson Bagent, but they're going to have to cough up some draft picks if they want to make it real at the end of the day. I have a question for you guys in the comment section and those who are watching the live after it's done. My question is, what do the Bears need to focus on in this upcoming draft, and what positions do they need to focus on free agency with the minimum cap space that they have? Let me know in the comment section down below. Slim, welcome to the Pin Zone. Thank you for subscribing to the channel. And those who watch the video and you're not subscribed yet, you're not sure about me or whatever, just hit that like button for me real quick for you. Subscribe to the channel, and most importantly, turn on notifications so you don't miss a thing coming out from the Pin Zone. We got a lot of topics, a lot of podcasts, a lot of stuff coming y'all way. We're going to be talking about Manny Pacquiao and Floyd Mayweather too. We're going to be talking about what's going on, even though I know it's hard. Some basketball talk with the Chicago Bulls, but more specifically, the LA Lakers. We have a lot of discussions coming up here in the future. Last comment that I'm going to read: Bagent for a 2026 third round pick and a 2027 third round pick. Give me 2 third rounders for. Okay, I'll take 2/3. I'll take 2/3. And speaking of 2/3, I forgot to say this too. The Bears have appealed to the NFL about Ian Cunningham getting picked up as their GM for the Atlanta Falcons. The NFL owes the Bears 2 third-round draft picks because of it, and we never got those things. And the NFL was like, because Matt Ryan's going to do most of the work, he's not going to be able to do it. And Ian Cunningham was interviewed today, and he said, I don't know why the Bears can't get those 2 third-round picks. It doesn't really make sense to me. So officially today, Ryan Poles appealed that. So hopefully you get us 2 more third-round picks for that. Man, now we talking business here in Chicago, and now it brings flexibility for not only bringing more players, but getting some solid trades as well too. I would sign a Delphi DN free agency for $18 million a year, and I will also want ETN running back free agency for $12 million. That all sounds nice. Unfortunately, they just can't afford that right now, bro. They gave that $18 million deal contract to Buddy tore his Achilles, who was pretty much a no-show all season when he played. So they have to work the books. I would love that too, but money right now is tighter than the tightest thing you can think of, my boy. I ain't gonna front with you. But yeah, I love the enthusiasm. I love the ideas too. You bringing up some interesting and a lot of realistic trades, and there are some as well too where it's like more high hope than anything else, but I'm with it as well too. This, my friends, I gotta dip up out of here because I'm 4 minutes late. I appreciate you guys tuning in. Again, turn on those notifications, you don't miss a thing. We'll be back here again soon. It's Pin from the Pin Zone, ladies and gentlemen, much appreciated. To the next one, my filthy animals. Bye-bye.